Here's your money briefing for Thursday, June 29th. I'm J.R. Whalen for the Wall Street Journal. Prospective homebuyers, already facing limited choices in a tight market, are turning away from so-called fixer-uppers. Wall Street Journal personal finance reporter Veronica Dagher joins us. So, Veronica, people have been buying fixer-upper homes for decades. There are even TV shows about them. Why are they falling out of favor with buyers now?
Well, one of the reasons is they just don't want to hire a contractor. It's a lot of work to do that, and it's hard to find them these days. But the big factor here is high mortgage rates. So buyers are already spending a ton of money to get that mortgage. They're spending a ton of money to buy the house. Some of these houses they're paying a lot for aren't in the best condition, but they're still buying them anyway. So if you're already forking out a ton up front, there's not a whole lot in your budget left for something like a renovation.
Yeah, like you said, it's a lot of work. It's not like just walking in and, hey, it's a new home.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's so much to do. You have to find the right contractor. If you're working remotely, that's something to think about, too. Do you want a construction site made out of your home? Anyone who's had work done knows how difficult it is to get contractors sometimes to commit to certain timelines and certain costs. So that is discouraging people as well. What this means right now is that people in general are backing away from buying these renovated homes and are looking for more of a turnkey home experience.
Let's talk a little bit more about interest rates. You mentioned that a moment ago. How are they affecting fixer-uppers on the market?
So fixer-uppers are already less favorable for buyers these days because not only you've got your high interest rate on your home loan, your mortgage rate is higher than people paid about a year ago, but also typically when you renovate a house, you need to take a construction loan, and the rates on those loans have also increased. So you've got higher construction loan costs, you've got higher mortgage rates, you've also got high property taxes, higher property prices. All of these things are pressuring buyers' wallets, not to mention you still have inflation in other parts of your budget. Depending on what sector you work in, you may be worried about your job. So there's just so much pressure on buyers right now. So they're just not in the mood for any of this.
What kind of a position is this putting the sellers of fixer-uppers in?
So basically what's happening now is that if you're trying to sell a home, and this is true in many markets of the country, of course, there's exceptions, but in general, if you're selling a home that needs repair, it's going to sit on the market a bit longer than one that's already renovated, unless you do some work on it. Simple repairs can make your home more saleable. So, for example, if you refurbish the hardwood floors, or you update the landscaping, or you even do neutral colors to the paint like white or ivory, that can help sell your home faster.
All right, so let's look at the rest of the market. How has the lower appeal of fixer-uppers affected renovated homes on the market?
So renovated homes are selling pretty quickly still, especially in certain areas of the country like Miami or New York. Sometimes still seeing bidding wars for certain houses. If those houses have the charm and they're in good shape, you're probably going to have to pay more for those houses than ask. And so in that way, it's definitely tilted more towards a seller's market.
So if people aren't remodeling these older homes, the fixer-uppers, how is that affecting the home improvement and home remodeling industries?
What's interesting is that's not really slowing down. And the reason being is that a lot of existing homeowners are the ones doing the renovations still. And so you're renovating your house because you want to make that perfect home office or the gym or what have you to your house. And so the market for homeowner improvements and repair projects in the U.S. is projected to reach $484 billion this year. And that's up from $328 billion in 2019. So we can see the pandemic had a big boosting effect on this market. Also, people are staying in their homes. Many people have these very low interest rate mortgages, something like 3%, even less than that. And so they are less motivated to move. If you're less motivated to move and give up your mortgage, you're going to make the most of your home. And so you're going to keep doing renovations, even though it's really hard to find a good contractor these days.
Yeah, if you got that mortgage a couple of years ago, you want to lock it in.
Exactly. Why move? It's these golden handcuffs that some of my colleagues here have written about. There's no motivation to move, especially if you're going to have to move to a smaller place, paying a higher mortgage rate and paying more for the house. There's just zero motivation.
But for buyers, can they afford to be choosy in this market? We keep hearing about low inventory already limiting their choices.
Yeah, so some buyers have to take whatever they can get, and that could be a really dilapidated house in certain cases. So if you're in one of those markets where those bidding wars are common, you still may have to pay top dollar for an unrenovated house, and you may have no choice because this may be the only thing you can afford.
That's Wall Street Journal personal finance reporter Veronica Dagher. And that's your Money Briefing. I'm J.R. Whalen for the Wall Street Journal.